Okay, probably be best if I traced this at night, but I probably can do it with the cast of my shadow. I drew a picture on my tablet already. I don't like recording my sketches on my tablet usually because when I don't really have a clear idea of what I'm going to draw, the sketch can take a super long time, and recording that would just be a lot of film, and I don't like editing all that down. It takes so much time. So maybe one day I will record a sketch, but that's only if I have a good visual of what I want to draw. This one I just kind of doodled and I doodled and I doodled until I was like, okay, I think I'm satisfied. This is a commission for someone, Mr. Pitchfork. It is so hard to see this. Alright, all penciled up. Now it's time to ink this thing. I use the Kuretake for the thinner brush line work, Pentel for the thicker brush line work. I only use the Sharpie if I need to fill in large areas of black. Ballpoint pen I usually use for detail work. Get the juices flowing. Right. Let's go close. The lights over here. I always like starting with the face. I probably should get like a piece of scrap paper so my hand doesn't smear all of the pencil. You know what? I don't use, just in case, I do not use the brush pen for the face because sometimes the lines are not very precise, so I like using the ballpoint for the face. It's good to have a scratch piece of paper so you can see how your ink flow is. Ballpoint pen is just so much precise. I use it all the time in my sketchbook, so I'm just super duper used to it. Okay. I'd probably ink the face with this pen if I was a little bit more confident with it. And I need to use this pen more often too, because if I don't, the ink eventually just solidifies. And then I can't really use this pen anymore. Gotta buy a new one. Anyway, I'm gonna just carry on and do this throughout the whole picture. My cat took my seat. Mr. Grimmy. He's making weird sounds behind me with his tongue and his lips. He's such a cute cat. Anyway, let's have a backup seat. Yes, I have to make sound effects with my mouth. It just makes it more fun. Okay, I am done inking. Next step is I find my eraser. The heck is it? There it is. And I erase all of that pencil that I just inked on top of. And when I'm done with this step, then I go back to my ballpoint pen and I go in with the details of like hair and seams on fabric or whatever. Uh-oh. Ah! You again, eh, Grimmy? I'm watching stuff while I am drawing, so he doesn't care that I'm drawing. He doesn't care at all. Pet break time, he says. Okay, fine. Good boy. And I was using my Pentel Brush Pen to thicken some areas, but it's like squirting out ink way too fast, so it's like bleeding now. So I'm kind of frustrated. So I'm just gonna put this pen to the side and I'm going to stop. I took a photo of this and then I put it into Photoshop, and then I did some color tests to see what I'd like, and I think I like this look. So I am going to take the basic palette and apply it to this. Now I was like starting with the skin, so we're gonna do that. Looks freaking yellow, but when it dries I think it gets better. Just gotta go very light. So in some spots I want to have some blush. So I want some red. So I blush around the eye, top of the ear. I like having blush near the fingers. Get some underneath. Wow, that looks kind of dark. Ah. There we go. Don't want it too dark, because otherwise people will think she's wounded. Don't want that. Okay. Make her hair this reddish, brownish color. It's gonna be more red at the top. I'm gonna do the hair with this saddle brown. Boop, boop, boop. Darkest down here, it looks like. Wow, that's dark. Zoop. Blue eyes, because why not? All right, next is shading. And so I have my tiny brush. And I'm going to use brown on the skin. Very, very light. I don't want to get too dark on this. As you can see, there's some colors that just kind of overlapped onto the skin, but I can fix that later. Why is it Grammy? Grammy? What? My cat's behind me meowing at me. I was just over at the door giving him the option to go outside if he wanted to. But he just stood there. What? If I open up the door again for you, you better go out. Okay, fine. What? What is it? Okay. There's this time he went out. Where was I? Oop. There's like a cat right in front of this tree. Probably should have used a smaller detail brush, but I will make it. There we go. Oop. Not painting all the way to the edge because this is going to get framed. So you're not going to see the edge anyway. Let's see, this goes like beautiful. And then this is probably too yellow, but I'll fix it if it bothers me. Stupid Vice. Yeah. There's more Vice. Yeah, too yellow. Let's see. I have some brown over here. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. Goes like this. Ah, the fuzzy. Stop it. It's getting hot in here, so I have the fan on, which feels really nice. I'm going to paint some water ripples. One of the last things I do is I take out my mechanical pencil and I sharpen lines because I am wiggly with my watercolors and it just makes it look a little bit more crisp and nice. Okay, so I am pretty much done watercoloring, so I am going to, my last thing, I take a white colored pencil and I just go around and add highlights or whatever that, like there's a bounce of light from here to her leg, so I'm gonna just, you know, add something like that. I'm just gonna add shines to the water. I just kind of go around with the white colored pencil. There was a cat back here. It had a tail. kind of brings it back. And if I overdo it, I'll go back over with my mechanical pencil and sharpen the line up again. Doesn't always work, so sometimes if it doesn't, I'll just use paint or something, white paint. I can't even remember what kind of pencil this is. It's all the way down to the bottom, so I had to take an extender so I could use it still. If the color blends too much in with the background, sometimes I'll lighten it up so that you could see it better. Alright, I think I'm all done. Now I just gotta frame it. There we go. All framed up. And there we go.